Were you more fired up for Sunday's game in Atlanta or that halftime speech with Florida State, your Seminoles against Ole Miss a couple of weeks ago?
I'm just fired up to be around football. I'm very excited that the season has finally kicked off and where we can compete and play the greatest game in America.
How would you rate your halftime speech?
Man, I can't really give it a number. It's just strictly from the heart. How much Coach Fisher and those coaches, Coach Sanders, have done for me at Florida State. It would not be in me to just be quiet and not express my feelings to how we were playing and what we can do to be better in that halftime speech.
Well, it's one thing to give a halftime speech. Could you actually coach the Seminoles if Coach Fisher sicked out and you had to step in? Could you do it?
I know there's no way in the world that I could do what Coach Fisher does. But if they need some motivation, if they need somebody to lean on, I definitely would be there for them in that way.
Explain to me when Coach Cutter says check down. How many times does he say that to you on Sunday? Check it down to the backs.
He doesn't say it to me that much, more at practice. But on Sunday, Coach Cutter, he's in the zone, and he's just making sure that everyone is on the same page.
You went to the no huddle. What's the difference with that, and why were you more successful?
I think just his offense in general is just an up-tempo offense, and we like to go fast. Going fast creates one thing. It helps us to start faster, which I need to get better at as far as starting performing faster in the first quarter and the early minutes in the game. And it also just helps us get into rhythm. Anytime that you're in rhythm and everyone's on the same page, we're hard to stop.
Do you make Mike Evans look better, or does Mike Evans make you look better?
Mike Evans makes me look way better than I make him look.
Now, do you ever just say, Mike, just go long and I'll throw it?
Not really. He's a great route runner, but I tell him, man, Mike, if you beat him deep, I'm just going to throw it up and you go and get it. He's like, you trust me, I'm going to go get it.
What's different this year as opposed to your rookie year?
I think I'm just more comfortable in the system as far as last year. I had a lot to learn. Coach Cutter threw the whole playbook at me. And as far as concept-wise, I wasn't having to learn a lot, but just verbal communication and the different names of the calls, I had to really just harp on and really study so I didn't mess any of them up. But this year, I'm just very confident and more comfortable in the offense.
Give me a complicated play call. So we're at the line of scrimmage. What?
All right. So
okay.
We go Diablo right, H Ram, 76 F Chief, X Hitch, and we're just it's a freeze call. I'm trying to get a man zone read off the running back, and it's just an easy progression.
Now,
we have a lot of long play calls now.
Now, obviously, I know something about playing quarterback. I played my freshman year in high school, so I can relate to some of this here.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we would always say on two. Do you guys ever say it's on one or first sound, or why don't we do on hut anymore or on two?
We do hut.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir, we do.
But do you actually say on two?
Well, in that play, I actually can give the cadence after I make my first freeze call. So I'm basically going to make a dummy call, and then I'll give the offensive lineman the cadence after I've seen what I need to see to make the right check. He's
Jameis Winston of the Buccaneers joining us. Do you have an Omaha?
I do not have an Omaha. I don't think I've got to that level of my game where I got an Omaha. I do need I need to create me a word, but I don't have an Omaha.
I got one for you. Orlando.
That's right. It is an O.
Yeah. We could do that. We could get a sponsorship. Disney would sponsor it. I'm telling you, we can make some money here, Jameis.
Man, yes. I like the way you think.
Is it weight loss or just in better shape? Much was made of that in the offseason.
I think just probably could say better shape. I'm usually in better shape, but I really view this off season as just redefining my body. As far as I truly only lost 8 pounds this off season, and my weight really fluctuates from time to time. But I think just having a constant routine, this being my first true off season, because I always play baseball in the off season, and you can't really count the combine training as true off season work because you're strictly just trying to compete. You're trying to be at your highest. You're trying to peak in 2 months. And that's kind of difficult, especially when you're coming off a long season. So this year, I had time to rest. I had time to put in actual work, quality work that can actually help me improve on my game.
Tougher to play quarterback in the NFL or hit a baseball?
I think baseball and playing quarterback is so similar as far as because me playing baseball has always helped me to become a better quarterback, and even me playing quarterback has helped me become a better baseball player. Because if you view the quarterback position as a hitter, you think you make your pre-snap reads in that box. You thinking like, okay, what am I going to get? So you got to pick your pitch that you want, and you got to be ready to swing at that pitch at any time. You think at the quarterback, you got to look at the safeties, identify the front, and assume the coverage that you're going to get. And you got to be ready for any coverage that they throw at you, just like in that batter's box. You might get a fastball on the outside corner. You might get a Sam at D from the right side. You might get a curveball, and they might disguise a coverage on you. Well, you thought it was cover 3, but they end up making it cover 2. There's so many different situations that you can just put those hand in hand. But at the end of the day, you just got to execute.
Do you rule out baseball as a career at all at any point?
I guess I got to say that right now, but I love baseball so much, and I bet the highlight of my year was being able to throw the first pitch out at a Yankees-Rays game. So that was pretty good for me.
What about it? Would you have advice for Tim Tebow?
No advice. I believe Tim Tebow is just a great competitor, and I think he still has that fire in him. And he's a God-fearing man. So anything that he puts his mind to, I know he's going to trust in the Lord, and he's going to find a way to be successful. He's always has. I
know you worked out with Tim Grover. Did he ever tell you Michael Jordan stories when he was working you out?
One thing about Mr. Grover, man, it's hard to get a beat on him, because he doesn't really give you a lot of stories. The man is just a worker. He doesn't really want to talk. He doesn't really allow me to take pictures during my workout when people want to work out with me. He's strictly trying to get our 2 hours of work in, and we're trying to train like the best. And that's what he's about. He's about being the best.
How far can the Buccaneers go this year?
I think we can go as far as we want, and that's the thing about the NFL. The game it's a week-to-week game. People want to make it about a long season. No, it's just week-to-week. You got to worry about being 1-0 at the end of the week.
Last time I saw you, you had a Heisman Trophy in New York City. Where is that Heisman?
My dad has it somewhere. I think when I had that Heisman Trophy. When I left New York, that's probably the last time I seen it, other than seeing it in the cases at Florida State, because my dad has really took that off my hand.
Wait. So your dad has it, but you don't know where he has it?
I have no idea where he has it. He treats that thing like that's his son. So he's always in a new place. You never know with my dad.
Hey, congrats, and good luck against Arizona, and thanks for joining us, Jameis.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.